Well, I think we've seen a wholesale repositioning of the office. I'm not hearing, hey, I want to go into the office and sit in front of my laptop and check email for 8 hours. It's really about being very purposeful for why you come into the office. It's strategic almost, and then that's once again, as we look at the building, we look at the real estate. How do they reposition that asset so it's an attractive resource that really fosters that type of engagement? We've always looked at this as kind of a bit of a social experiment. The social experiment is really about bringing people together, empowering these people, and making them capable of flourishing. So if you come in and you say, listen, we've got to come in, and half the team is probably going to be remote. Is the facility really equipped to handle that type of engagement? Is it a one-touch engagement type of, where I don't have to go in and call IT and fumble with, connectivity and that type of thing? Is the audio quality good? Is the field of view of the room, the camera and the room, is it aligned? Is it the integration between camera, audio, and experience? I think there's a lot of improvements that can be made to really meet the needs of people changing their dynamic when they come into the office, because that dynamic is really going to be about more group engagement instead of individual focus work as they return.
Yeah, it's interesting. We're seeing more new partners come to us that are from the audiovisual / system integrator space since lockdown, because they've got great customers, but their customers are saying, right, guys, we've got these rooms. We now need to take full advantage of them. We'd like to make them better. What else can we add to these rooms? And generally, because, and I've said this on quite a few of my podcasts, is everyone's become an indoor air quality expert because of COVID, right? And people are like, right, there's no way we're getting 10 or 12 of us in that meeting room because the air quality would be horrendous. So it's like, you need to do something about it. So it is an interesting one. Caleb, just throw in there. What are you thinking of priorities are changing? Are you seeing anything?
So I guess when we speak from a worker's perspective, when you mentioned that just then, I kind of thought of sort of two perspectives, I suppose. One is the business occupier, I suppose, the individual, the team of individuals that make a decision about a lease, and then you've got the individual employee. From a stats and a data point of view, we can see that people want to retain the office space that they've got, or at least they're looking for office space. So all the clamor around the death of the office, or whatever it was, probably 9-12 months ago in the press, we can see that rents are still being paid, and actually office, the highest returning cash flow asset class there is here in the UK, at least anyway, even beating out the golden child industrial. So that preference or that demand desire to have an office is still there. But like kind of Tracy mentioned, it's sort of around, what do you do to really retain and attract people to come in? I'm not so sure it's black and white as to whether certain people come in on 3 days, others will come in 4 days, and I think a lot of companies have made a lot of sweeping statements for that. I think there's going to be some intrinsic pressure on certain individuals or groups of individuals to show face in the office, because relationships are built on proximity, and there are some benefits to showing face a lot, and either rightly or wrongly, if you're vying for a promotion against an individual in your company and you're the one that's shown face, those kind of decisions are made based on the back of relationships as well. So I think there's going to be some things that we haven't quite yet uncovered, and it's going to take a little while longer to play out, rather than saying people are going to work 3 days in the office.
Yeah,